Okay, guys, I'm here to give my review of WrestleMania 26. In OK WrestleMania, I have 4 WrestleManias to go in my review series. It may be done by Sunday, it may not. If it's not, I'll review the last 2 after 31. Okay? So, anyway, this is an OK WrestleMania, not horrible. Certainly not the best, but it's not horrible. Took place March 28th, 2010, from the University of Phoenix Stadium in Phoenix, Arizona. The only time Phoenix has hosted WrestleMania. In fact, I think this is the only Big 4 pay-per-view Phoenix has actually hosted. But I could be wrong. Anyway, opening match is the Unified WWE Tag Team Championship match. The Miz and Big Show, or Show Miz, versus John Morrison and R-Truth. Half star, not a good match. It's too short. It's a 3-minute match. Show Miz win when Big Show knocks out John Morrison going for a springboard. Not a good match. Half star. So then we get the Legacy Triple Threat match. Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes versus Ted DiBiase. 2-star match here. It's an okay match. Not bad. Orton wins after he punts Rhodes and then RKO's DiBiase. I personally think that Rhodes or DiBiase should have won this match, but given what Legacy was all about, in a way that it ended up becoming more so all about Randy Orton. Anyway, this didn't really surprise me any. So then we get the final Money in the Bank ladder match at WrestleMania. A decision that, to me, the WWE never should have made to take this off of WrestleMania. Anyway, Jack Swagger versus Kofi Kingston versus Drew McIntyre versus Christian versus Kane versus MVP versus Evan Bourne versus Dolph Ziggler versus Matt Hardy versus Shelton Benjamin. This is a 2-star match. I've always thought that it was a mistake for the WWE to take Money in the Bank off of WrestleMania because WrestleMania has not been the better for it without it being around here. It has not made WrestleMania better. It's actually made WrestleMania worse because with Money in the Bank being on WrestleMania every year, it was a good showcase piece for a lot of people. And it was always a highlight of WrestleMania normally was the Money in the Bank ladder match. WrestleMania has never been the same without this being here. Making it its own pay-per-view and having 2 every year has pretty much killed, for a while when they had 2 every year, has pretty much killed the Money in the Bank lore. And that's the problem with all these pay-per-views named after gimmick matches. You're killing the lore of them, that they're only ones you might see once a year, and only one in that year, and then you're seeing 2 or 3 of them now. And it's hurt the WWE as a whole not to have this match on WrestleMania. This is a 2-star match. Swagger wins, which was the wrong booking decision, especially since if you watched it live, it took him 2 minutes to actually unhook the briefcase. The edited thing that's on WWE Network and the DVD, it will make you believe that it wasn't 2 minutes, but it was. And Drew McIntyre should have won because of the whole Mr. McMahon's Chosen One thing. And since he lost 2 matches and then got in by a 3rd qualifying match, that made you think he was going to win. And I think that would have been the right booking decision, was to have Drew McIntyre win. And personally, whether it been him or Swagger, they should have been the first one to lose their cash in. That's because Swagger was nowhere ready for any world championship when he won Money in the Bank, nor when he won the world championship. He wasn't anywhere near ready for any of that. So, anyway, 2 stars there. So then we have Triple H versus Sheamus in actually a good match. It's 3 stars. Triple H wins with the pedigree. Although, I think Sheamus should have won. Sheamus winning, I think, is what would have been the better booking decision here. Because I think Sheamus needed the win more than Triple H would have. I think Sheamus being Triple H at Mania would have really helped elevate Sheamus. Especially if they would have done what they did at Extreme Rules the next month in which Sheamus beat Triple H and put him out of action for a while. They should have done that here. They should have done that here in this match, because that then would have actually established Sheamus as a monster heel, like they were trying to make him at this time. Good match, though. So then we get Rey Mysterio versus CM Punk. Okay match, 2 stars. And the storyline leading into this was if Mysterio won, he would have to join the Straight Edge Society. If Mysterio lost, he had to join the Straight Edge Society. Mysterio won, and I still think that was the wrong booking decision. I think Punk should have won here. Because Mysterio being in the Straight Edge Society, you could do so much with, and it wouldn't have hurt his marketability any, because, you know, fans would know he was forced into it. His young fans would know he was forced into it, and that doesn't hurt marketability any. It's kind of like if you would have had Cena knowingly join Nexus in 2010. Because Nexus, its main thing was it didn't have that Hulk Hogan join the NWO moment. And if Cena would have done that knowingly, you would have had that moment, and it would have helped the Nexus angle out. So it's a lot of that is like, I think CM Punk should have won this match, but he didn't. So 2 stars. So then we get a no-holds-barred match. Bret Hitman Hart versus Mr. McMahon. Guest referee is Bruce Hart, and the entire McMahon family is around the ring as lumberjacks. This is a half-star match because it had a really good story and build-up. But honestly, like the Michael Cole Jerry Lawler match from the next year, this match goes on too long. This match should have been a 90-second squash match with Bret getting a weapon and totally decimating Vince McMahon. That is all this match should have been, but it just drug on for about, I think, 11 or 12 minutes, which was at least 10 minutes too long that this match needed to be. From a story element, you know, that's what the half stars for. The Hart Dynasty does more stuff here, but this match just isn't that good of a match. It's probably one of the worst WrestleMania matches in the history of WrestleMania. It's just not good. But Bret wins as he should have, since he couldn't take any bumps in this match. Which brings it, and also Bret Hart, this only should have been the only time he wrestled in 2010. The two other matches he had, like where he won the U.S. Championship from Miz, and then SummerSlam 2010, those matches never should have happened. He never should have had those. So then we get the World Heavyweight Championship match. Edge versus Chris Jericho versus Edge. 3.5 stars. Good match. It was a 3-star match, but there actually is psychology in this match, which is something so rare today that if I see it, it's going to make the match an automatic half-star just because of it. And that is Jericho working over Edge's ankle where his Achilles tendon is. That is actual psychology and storytelling. We don't get a lot of that much today in the WWE. So to see some of it is a breath of fresh air to me, and it'll always elevate the match. It'll always elevate the match, in my opinion. So, 3.5 stars. Jericho won, although I really think Edge should have won, but ultimately the winner of this match was just basically holding it for swagger. So, Edge got the moment when he speared Jericho off the announce table through the barricade, but Jericho won here. And the thing about Jericho, he puts so many people over and loses that it doesn't mean anything now for a guy to beat him because he doesn't win often enough. This is one of the few times he actually has won something in his life, in his WWE career. But good match, 3.5 stars. So then we go right off the railroad track, because our next match is a 10-diva tag match that wastes virtually every person in this match. It's Vicky Guerrero, Alicia Fox, Maurice, and LayCool versus Beth Phoenix, Mickie James, Gail Kim, Kelly Kelly, and Eve Torres. None of Vicky's team, minus Vicky, are ever legally in this match. And the only time Gail Kim gets in here is to do the Eat the Feet. Mickey, Eve, Kelly, and Beth are in, but they're in for a very short period of time. And then everyone just hits hit with a finisher, and then Vicky basically hits a splash on the top rope on Kelly to win the match. This is nothing. This is one of the worst Diva matches in WrestleMania. And this exists only so Vicky Guerrero could have a WrestleMania match. So, honestly, this is just a bad match. So then we get the WWE Championship match. Batista versus John Cena. 1.5 stars. Not a bad match. Not a good, it's just an okay little match, so it's 1.5 stars. Cena wins with the STF and making Batista tap out. This, of course, would lead to Extreme Rules 2010 and the whole last man standing match using duct tape thing. And, of course, the I Quit match where Batista quit the WWE the night afterward. And by the way, Batista lost all 3 of these matches, so that feud was utterly pointless. Because he lost all 3 of those matches that proceeded. So, 1.5 stars, Cena won here. As for the curse, actually, because going into this WrestleMania, Cena is 7-3 in 10 WrestleManias. Okay? This will be his 11th WrestleMania. He is 7-3 right now. So, safe to say, it's hard to bet against John Cena most of the time. At least that's how the WWE would, spin it. So then we get the Streak versus Career match. Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels. 4.5 stars. This is not as good as their match at 25. Their match at 25 is the far more superior match. It's a legit 5-star match and arguably the greatest match in history of WrestleMania. This match, while good, is not that. Is not what they did at 25. And Undertaker won. It's 4.5 stars. And it kind of goes to the point of, if you want everyone to go home happy, it goes to the whole point of, then, if you're willing to have Michaels' retirement close the show, why weren't you willing to do it with Flair's retirement 2 years prior? 4.5 stars, this is the... From 25 through 28, Undertaker's wrestling the same 2 guys 4 times. So, it's really interesting that way. But, overall, out of 50 total stars, this is a 19.5 out of 50, which puts it in the D+ range, actually. So it's a D+ show compared to 25. So it was an improvement on 25, but the next one is not an improvement on this. The next one, oh boy, that's WrestleMania 27, which will either be uploaded tomorrow or Friday. This will be an WrestleMania Review Series playlist. If you like the video, like button down there. Subscribe button is down there. And thank you for watching. Bye.